Along with my co-defendants Chris, Amelia and Chantel, I'm currently on trial for alleged aggravated trespass dating back to a protest that took place on the 1st of November 2023. Related to another trial I have in January next year, I'm subject to a bail condition not to knowingly post online about any prosecution witnesses. So in this video, I'm just going to document the conduct of one of the two arresting officers whose testimony has already concluded, and we'll do a full follow-up video on the trial once it's over. For this case, I have a bail condition not to name the physical location of the protest, a bail condition that I don't believe to be lawful as it's not necessary or proportionate, and serves only to impede on my freedom of speech and protect a disgraceful company exposed for horrendous animal abuse. But because the police are ineffably stupid, they only specified that I can't name the location of the company and not the company AD Harvey itself. AD Harvey is a quote-unquote poultry processing company specialising in the depopulation, transportation and murder of end-of-lay hens. I'll go into more detail in the full post-trial video, but in short, AD Harvey, who claim to have an unwavering dedication to animal welfare, are a gang of catchers who go into layer sheds late at night to round up the hens once their poor, exhausted bodies are too broken to produce a profitable amount of eggs, and then take them to be brutally murdered at their on-site slaughterhouse. In the spring of 2023, Animal Justice Project covertly filmed these maladjusted freaks kicking, throwing and beating the terrified animals and seemingly having a great time doing so. This expose made national press, and on the 1st of November 23, National World Vegan Day, a peaceful protest was organised at the AD Harvey site. Being the true cowards that they are, AD Harvey immediately called the police. First on scene was PC 78 James Morling and PC 2524 Rachel Wall, who is a very strange, dark character. According to Morling's evidence in court on Monday, the report was designated as a Grade A incident, meaning the highest possible priority for police response. So whilst victims of serious and violent offences often have to wait weeks for police to attend, farmers reporting a peaceful protest receive immediate assistance. Makes you wonder how much cash one can fit into a brown envelope. Of course, it wasn't long before the rest of the gang showed up and proceeded to drink cups of tea with the AD Harvey animal abusers, whilst conspiring with them to shut the lawful protest down, settling on making a series of legally baseless arrests. PC James Morling was Chris's arresting officer, and Chris, who's self-repping, did a fantastic job of cross-examining him in court. So much so that the feckless moron was stuttering and shaking by the end of it, which naturally we all relished. PC Morling claimed under oath that Chris had been committing public nuisance, an offence under Section 78 of the highly controversial and draconian Police Crime Sentencing and Courts Act 2022. The criteria for this offence is committing an act that creates a risk of or causes serious harm to the public or obstructs the public in the exercise or enjoyment of a right. Yet when probed further, Morling had to concede that he himself hadn't witnessed any such conduct from Chris and was, in typical mindless droid fashion, unquestioningly following an order to make the arrest. The purported grounds for Chris's arrest, and you just couldn't make it up, were that he was filming the police when I had a bail condition not to. The judge effectively asked PC Morling if he was aware that Chris wasn't subject to my bail conditions, and Morling admitted that he did know that. Chris then asked him if he's aware he must believe any arrest he makes to be lawful, which again he answered in the affirmative. Of course, it's not remotely believable that Morling truly thought filming the police posed a serious risk of harm to the public, but what is very believable and in fact predictable is Morling answering to the effect of, "I have no idea," when asked what the legislation for public nuisance is, a question I supplied Chris, knowing that would be the answer and wanting to watch him squirm even more. To say that Morling's testimony was a car crash would be an understatement. What an absolute fucking loser. You know, the mind boggles. It's just absurd and bizarre how stupid these people are, how myopic in thinking these issues weren't going to be problematic for them in court. Again, just as I predicted, it was claimed by the prosecutor that Morling's body-worn camera footage of Chris's arrest was lost, but unfortunately for them, it was captured by another activist.
What have I done in the future for
So
that?
I'm being arrested. You've been recording police officers with Nick when she's got conditions not to do so.
Alright, so that's it down to your arrest. Do you understand?
I'm filming police everywhere.
But you're not allowed to be doing it, okay? We'll take you to custody, you can talk to us about it then.
What's wrong with filming police? Why don't you want to be filmed?
Nothing to do with you, buddy?
It's everything to do with us.
Can I have your collar number, please?
Mine?
Yeah, thank you.
582.
Okay. And can I collect the collar numbers of all the other officers, please? Thank you. Is that 489 1851?
A police force that is completely unregulated, out of control and tripping on abuse of power. Concerning the ongoing trial, I don't wish to be overconfident, but it's going well so far, with the judge, like us, unable to comprehend why any of us were arrested. Frustratingly, the trial was listed for the 9th, 12th and 13th of December and at 2 different courts, just to be as insanely awkward as possible. This means 2 trips back to Norfolk, around 20 hours worth of driving and 1,000 miles in total. The injustice of this trial and every aspect of it is maddening, and it's a huge financial expense at a time when my outgoings already exceed my income. Of course, that's the entire point. The punishment is the process. So if you'd like to support me and piss Norfolk Constabulary off in the process, please consider making a small donation to my Ko-fi account, which I'll link in the description. Your support will be a huge help towards travel costs, coffee to keep us awake on the very long drive, for which I'll be getting up at around 3:30 tomorrow morning, and maybe a pint at lunchtime to help assuage the terrible boredom this bureaucratic nonsense induces.